In this video, we have an awesome guest, Felix Wong. He started companies like Abstract Labs and Evangelist while having a full-time job. Let's hear some wild stories of Felix working on these companies. So let's dive in.
My name is Felix, first of all. Really excited to be here. I think what brought me into entrepreneurship solely because roughly 7 years ago, I participated in my first hackathon. Back then, I was still working for big corporations like normal people. When I appeared in the hackathon, I was really impressed by all the creative minds, talents, and a lot of people just free up their time during the weekend to build something that matters and help people solving problems. I really enjoyed the idea and all the momentum people created. And after the hackathon, I just asked myself, do I still want to turn up in the normal office? And the answer is no. Then I started to put myself in the spot of participating in lots of startup events, networking, and get in touch with people within the community as well. In 6 months, after my first hackathon, I eventually found a group of people where we share similar interests and behavior. And all in all, we decided to co-found my first company. Long story short, in the past 7 years, I have devoted most of my time in the startup ecosystem across Asia Pacific. Although I'm based in Hong Kong, but I got to travel a lot because of my position as a founder, and eventually I moved on to join a venture capital investing companies across the regions, also running accelerator programs and helping other entrepreneurs succeed. Right now, I'm not a founder of any company, but in my free time, I really enjoy building side projects, helping entrepreneurs, and solve real problems. Full-time job. I work at a well-funded fintech company as the head of marketing. But in my free time, I'm currently running the side projects as those names you mentioned just now. Most of my side projects are profitable. I only run my side projects when I wake up early or before I sleep, or during the weekend, whenever I have free time, or even during my commutes. I just work on my side projects. Sometimes I'm writing articles on the train and then just updating my projects as well as communicating with my users as well. These projects are not making a big fortune, but fortunately, I am managed to get nice coffee and buy gadgets without thinking twice. I usually start with a problem discovery process. I think I really believe the concept that ideas are really cheap without any execution. So really push myself to talk to as much as people as possible, either founders, customers, general public who might seem to fall into the problem I observe. And my goal in the problem discovery process is really identify the right audience, the right problem I'm solving, and am I solving at the right time. So having this process allowed me to consolidate all the feedback into a constructive idea before I build something. And I believe with all the powerful local tools out there, building a product or a minimum viable solution is just really easy. You can just devote your time in a day or two, and I can guarantee you can have a prototype to show in front of the potential customers. So what I really believe is the upfront investment in talking to customers and potential people who might eventually become an ambassador of your product, maybe paying your product, yes or no. It really depending on your effort. So I think that the upfront resources is even more crucial than building the product, the idea, and also how you execute. So maybe I take the venture series as an example because this is the project I spend most of the time so far. So the first version I launched last year in April. I started this project because I've been working in venture investment for several years. I have collected a lot of knowledge, connections, and information around how we can help early stage founders complete their first round investments, or joining an accelerators, or finding the right investors. Apparently, last year was a really difficult moment for many startups where they can't really extend their journey because of cash flow issue, because of people come and go, or the market is not ready because of many reasons in the economy back then. So in one day, I decided to open source all my data I've been collected over the course of the last few years, just to help people get access to information and the right investors, programs, and support during the difficult moment. So I put up a simple landing page with an open ad label. Hopefully people can find it useful. And in one day, I got maybe roughly 4,000 something visitors coming in, and they staged a lot of time, got a lot of feedback and encouragements on my personal social media as well. I didn't monetize in the very beginning because I was just here to help. I just open source my knowledge, and obviously these information can be found online easily anyway. I'm just helping people to consolidate and organize in a nice way. So but in September last year, I stumbled upon MakerPad, where they are running a 30 days challenge where they encourage people to build a product from scratch, launch, and build in public. I thought the idea was amazing, but back then I don't have a new idea where I really want to participate. So I asked myself, really want to participate in the competition, but I don't want to put up a fake project. So I decided to revamp Venturelist. I spent 30 days to restructure the whole product after learning all the data from my previous customers and supporters, and eventually I converted into a lifetime membership-based information aggregator. So the value proposition is still remain unchanged, helping startup founders get access to startup investments with all the information they needed. So that's how the story looks like. Right now, I'm happy to have 102 paying customers just yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a very nice product, although it's not making a huge profit to support my life, but at least I don't have to be aware of all the costs and expenses to keep my side projects up. Failure is part of your progress. Because failure is part of your progress. So if you give up too early, it's hard to compare the difference when you are in the position of being on track. So you should expect you will come across a lot of challenges and obstacles, and this is really I would say it's a mandatory journey throughout many entrepreneurship projects or building a startup. So just don't give up too early. Ask for feedback and try to ask for feedback as much as possible. Talk to people who are very different from you, and then you will be able to get as much as unbiased feedback from people. If you really want to do something related to designs, I would suggest first give yourself some time to find your inspirations, follow the designers who inspire you a lot, and try to see if you can do the same or something similar, and slowly build up your own portfolio.
That is a wrap, everybody. I hope you loved the interview with Felix. If you want more content related to startups and side hustles, make sure to hit that subscribe. Bye bye.